enough of that. Let's see here. Pop out chat. Let's go build some bus boards until somebody kicks me off and plays music. Alright, these are Trogtronic, as displayed right here. M15 high power system bus boards. They look fairly straightforward. I don't think there's any build guides to these. I didn't see anything specific to this. I don't know. It's the Trogtronic M/15 BB V4.2 hand-built Big Sur, California. Kills fascists. That's always a great feature. What else? Yeah, it came with all the parts. Everything's labeled on here. Yeah, I think you just read the labels and go. So let's do it. I'm gonna start with the smallest part, which is the resistors. I'm also probably gonna use red LEDs because I feel like it. So. See what do we got for resistors. It just says R1. Good measure. Let's just, out of curiosity, let's find out. I'm guessing they're like low. Low, are you working? Oh, multimeter died. I've ever changed the battery in this one, so that's kind of awesome. But all right. Program change. We are now, instead of building a bus board, we're changing the battery on a multimeter. It's a 9-volt battery. We may not be changing the battery on this because I have no idea if I have any 9 volts lying around. Let's find out. Be right back. Yes, a new 9 volt. Not even like a partially used. Usually I only have like partially used 9 volts, but this is like brand new in the case still. Yeah, this, so let's see, we had get top 0% mercury heavy duty before. To dispose of that properly. Alright, let's see. Just kind of jam it in there. Yeah, cool. And I heard a beep on, so we've got power. We can do some metering. Hey, enthusiastic electrons. You need more bus boards. You just got rails for 2 more cases. Passive bus boards. Which bus boards do you like the best? Because I would like to get some bus boards for the system I'm about to build for Cosmo. Alright, let's start low at 2K and just see. Not that it matters. But I was guessing they're 1K resistors. Okay, cool. Spiffy. Your first. Oh, you're gonna build some. Ooh. Maybe I'll. If you've got extras, I could. I'd love some enthusiastic electrons, passive bus boards. And I'm all about passive. Filtered ones are cool, but I think largely unnecessary. So this footprint means I got to bend the legs pretty close to the ceramic ends, or they don't fit nicely. So for anyone else building this, including future me, oh, you have some that Joe at New York Modular made. That's cool. Yeah, I'm sure I can pick some up online. There's a lot of people making them. For a while there, I was on a kick looking for filtered ones, but the problem wasn't the module. It was my power supply. So I'm building more power supplies. You know, if first you don't succeed, keep building power supplies. Let's see, audio. Let's turn on some and that's probably good enough. You don't have to hear that heater the whole time. I should really listen back to that last stream just to see how it sounds, but whatever. Right now I'm doing this. Okay, so resistors are in. The next smallest thing looks like it's probably this little tiny ceramic capacitor. It is a 104, so is that... it's the one I use a lot of times, 100N, something like that. Let's satisfy my curiosity. Pull out a box of ceramic capacitors. 104s. I just haven't built a lot of things. So 0.1 UF. So 100 NF. The same. So called it. Yeah. And I like the yellow ones better, but might as well use this because it came with it. And nobody's going to see this but me. And whoever has to fix this, which is probably still me. Okay, that's in there. Anything else that's relatively small? I think the LEDs are maybe next. I'm not sure what's taller, the LEDs or this. It looked to be different, slightly, you know, I'll probably actually do these before the LEDs. These are taller. Yeah. Oh. These probably next. Beep boop. Yeah. All right. Is my soldering thingy on? Yes. Cool. I'm gonna make 6 of these bad boys or girls, or you know what? They're a board. It's not really a gendered thing. Okay. Get some soldering done. Boom. I've seen a couple people build like really nice sort of little rotating platforms for the circuit board to solder on. Pretty cool. Probably something if I had a 3D printer I would just print, because it'd be cool. Alright, 6 little Hershey's Kisses right there. Hope y'all are having a good day. I went to the mountain to go snowboarding this morning, and there were a lot of people there, and not a lot of runs open, which is kind of dangerous and chaotic. Hey look, this machine kills fascists on both sides. Nice. Anyway, so it was busy there, which is fine. You know, sort of expected that. When we go early like that, we just go for a handful of runs and then head back. So yeah, not a big deal. But one of the interesting things is we were taking a lift to sort of avoid people. And they're making a lot of snow. If you don't live near mountains, ski resorts tend to make a lot of snow. And the man-made snow is essentially just like these things, big hoses spraying water up into the air. There's a little more to it than that, but that's the gist. Big old cloud of snow flying through the air, right? And I've always, you know, ridden past them. I've never been hit by the snow out of there. But I guess with some wind, one of them had been positioned right under the lift. So if the lift's going by, snow is like going straight up into each chair. Which, you know, we're fully geared in snow gear, so it wasn't a big deal. Like, we put our goggles down and we're ready for it. But it wasn't quite snow yet, so when it hit us, it was just these small little water droplets. And our entire, like, top half, so goggles, everything, are covered in these little droplets that immediately froze. So you have ice crystals everywhere on your goggles, etc. You can't just, like, wipe them off because they're, like, frozen on there. Which, okay, yeah, we can figure that out when we get to the top, not a problem. But this lift, as it got closer to the top, we could see there was a bunch of ski patrol folks sort of yelling at people as they're getting off the lift and helping people. And as we get closer, we hear them. We realize what's happened is the entire bottom of everyone's skis and snowboards were blasted with these tiny droplets. And again, they immediately froze, creating sort of a sheet of ice on the bottom of your board or skis. And what that means is when you go to get off the lift, if there's not somebody yelling at you to start walking, you're going to get on your skis or board and expect to slide. But what's going to happen is you're not going to move at all. It is like Velcro. You stop the second that board hits the snow. So there was a lot of chaos up there. I've never seen that or even heard about it, so I thought that would be cool to share. Anyway, what am I doing? Trucktronic. Yeah, this feels like the next highest thing to do. And then all of these nice keyed headers. They're making slow at the local playground. That's cool. I wish they would do that here. Shock value. Yeah, the Radio Shack helping hand. I have, I don't know if there's Radio Shack or what anymore, but there's no label on it. I have one of these too, and mediocre at best. I find creative ways to avoid using it. Like this. Like I could have used a helping hand, but instead I'm using gravity. Was I screwed for the day with snow all over the board? No. We mostly just laughed about it because we immediately took off our boards and headed into the hut where a lot of the out-of-town folks were like trying to bring their skis and snowboards into the hut. We knew better. So they were all getting yelled at. And the reason they were trying to bring their skis and snowboards in is because the ice is on there, right? They're trying to melt it off. The employees were not having that. But what we did, like it was really cold this morning too, I should mention that. Like it was really cold. And what that means is what I tried first, which was just you face the bottom of your board towards the sun because the sun popped out. And after a few minutes it'll melt because the base is dark. So I put them in the sun and went in and cleaned off my goggles with the air dryer. But that sun trick didn't work because it was like it was like 10 degrees or something. It was just cold enough where the sun wasn't doing its job as fast. So we ended up taking the back side of a diamond file. So the diamond file is about, do anything even close to the sun? Yeah, it's like the size of this battery but thinner. And one side has just like a really fine file. It's great for sharpening your edges on the fly, and it's really thin, and the back side's plastic. So we use that essentially as the plastic side as a scraper to scrape off the ice, and that did the trick. Fell forward getting off a lift. Oh wow, yeah. So that's the thing. Like I can't even imagine if there hadn't been ski patrol yelling at us how bad that could have turned out. Because it's one thing if your board slides and you fall and you're still moving, but like when it's like gripped and you're attached to it, that's tricky. A 3-foot base, 12 new inches. Oh. I don't know where you are, but I wish I was there right now. Washington Cascades, awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad you're getting good snow up there. And I'm going to go ahead and put these in here and double check. Pretty sure I'm correct. I believe with gate and CV up here and -12 down here that it should be facing like this, but I will double check before I do any soldering. And you're like, wait, how are you going to flip all those over at the same time? And I will show you that in a second. Come on, buddy. Why are there holes there? Let's look on a board that doesn't have pieces on it. No idea. Good say. Again, no instructions or anything, so sort of on my own here. At least no instructions that I could find. Lowest numbers you've seen was around 40, negative 40 with wind chill. Yeah, I've been on some pretty cold days here. Anything negative 30 plus is pretty serious business, especially when there's wind. Actually, any wind is serious business too. Instant frozen. Don't take your hands out of your gloves, no matter how bad the song is. You can't change to the next track. Okay, so I'm going to double check the direction. So again, negative 12 is on the bottom. Just going to look at some photos. Looks right there. Let's see. You know what? Let's check the Trogtronic website. Let's see. Power. Let's click one of these small kits because the picture's bigger. And yeah, it looks like I'm correct. Cool. Yeah, so the trick is get a piece of something flat, set it on top, and then flip it all over at the same time. It's kind of iffy, but it works most of the time. Just got to be sort of careful. There we go. No bending them over, no using tack, just that. Anyway. That's the heckin' go for it technique. And I'm just pinning these down, one on each header, and then I'll make sure they're nice and flush. It gets around negative 30 or 40 at night here. I haven't seen that during the day. But when it is that cold, it's sometimes like blasting wind, which is a nightmarish combination. And on those nights, my dog just has to hold his bladder. He is not designed for that cold weather. Or really any cold weather, but you know. He's still the best dog. Okay. Now I'm just re-wetting all of these and making sure the header is flush. Because I'm using an uneven piece of cardboard, it almost guarantees they're not, so. Is this faster than bending over the pins? Probably not. But it makes me feel clever, so I do it. Okay, so they're all tacked on there, and the next thing before I continue is I just want to look down the rows here and make sure all the pins are the same height. If they're not, it means somewhere in shipping or wherever one of the pins got pushed through a little further than it needs to be. Like these two here are pretty tall, so I'll probably swap that entire piece out. Like it looks, well, let me double check on this side too. But yeah, this one here. Yeah, somewhere these got pushed through a little bit, so I can desolder it because it's only one pin and replace it. And I've got extras of these, so not a big deal. Cool. Where do I have those? Headers, the 10 pin ones. All the Here we go. Nice bag of potato ones. Oh, it's -40 with wind chill. Yeah, sometimes it, yeah. When it starts at -40, that's different story. Okay, so this one looks better. And yeah, I think it's worth checking because I've soldered these on and like sometimes a pin just doesn't go all the way through or isn't connecting well, and that's because there's they're different heights. Okay, so now that one's on there. This one's gonna be relegated to the bin. I could probably fix it, but you know what? Let's see if we can fix it real quick. Pliers, because you know what? Reduce, reuse, recycle, all that includes fixing shit too. So just trying to push it down level. Get something flatter. Okay, that looks good. This one is now in the spare parts pile. Cool. Alright, now what I'm going to do is pin the other leg same way and keep going. Yeah, I'm glad you got a lot of snow. Maybe, you know what I need to do one year is head up to the coast early season, because sounds great. Our snow doesn't usually start until later, and it's been a slow year. Like our base is like 20 inches. And that's at the mountain where they're making snow. Where they're not making snow, it's maybe 5 inches. A little much there. -40 stuff, end of December, early January. Yeah, same here. It's not usually till later in the season for us. We have had some mighty winds, though. Pretty crazy winds that you feel like the house is going to shake apart. Or wherever building you're in is going to shake apart. And these all seem to be pretty good, so probably don't even need to do this. Just double checking. Probably should have left my fan on, but we made it this far. And hey, Forrestine, how's it going? If any of you want to stream, or somebody wants to stream and I don't see it, let me know and I'll kill this, because I'd rather listen to some music than ramble. Maybe I like to do both, but you know. Let's get rid of this for a second. And now my favorite part is just soldering dozens of pins really quickly. Sort of get into a groove. What am I building? I'm building a bus board. a Trogtronic M15 BB slash V4 point, something like that. I don't know. It's a Trogtronic bus board. It came with my Trogtronic power supply. I have to make 6 of these. So this is the first one. Yeah. I'll probably build all 6. So if I make the mistake on this one, well, I'll build all 6 before testing. So if I make a mistake on this one, I'll have to fix it on all 6, which is fine. Oh yeah, the local discount. They stopped doing that at our mountain too, really. That sucks. Actually, the mountain really close to us, not the main mountain, but like a really local mountain to me, has been cycling through various owners over the last few years. It basically keeps going bankrupt or whatever. It's like a money pit. I don't think it's a good investment option for anyone, but because there's no snow on it. But it's also not like on the way to or from anything, so I don't know. Only so many people from out of state you can convince to go. But this new owner is like extra nefarious and has blocked off like public trails. So that's been fun. I don't even think they could do that, but you know, we kind of have the town council underfoot and can do whatever they want. Keep everything on the hill so nobody comes into town. That sucks. They're treating it like a casino, I imagine, where they try to keep as many people from leaving their little resort town as possible. Stay here, eat here, etc. You don't need to go anywhere else. Anyway, shop locally if you can. Always more expensive, but helps folks out. And yeah, our town's like not to or from anything, so feel that for sure. Oh, they even stopped the buses in your town. That's also really annoying. We still have buses. I think part of that is the resort town, or the main resorts become so popular that folks are starting to stay in our town. Well, they have been staying in our town, and so are renters. But also, like, the fires burned down a lot of homes last year, a little over a year ago. So there's a pretty big housing shortage too, on top of all of that. Great for landlords, terrible for everybody else. Building a cool machine. Alright. Alright, we've done half the pins. They all look good. The other half, let's go. This is the reason I love these spools, is I never detach the solder. I can use all of it instead of having little bits left over, and when I'm soldering a bunch of this stuff, I don't have to keep making more bits. So if you got a 3D printer, 3D print yourself a nice spool. I do not, so I had to buy one, but it's awesome. Probably make a cool one with your logo or something inside. Whew. I think I'm going to have to change the filter on this fan soon. I have some replacement filters for it already, but it means I need to figure out what facial expression to draw on it. So if you have ideas, now's the time. Do some art. Just so you know, when I'm not streaming, I still talk to myself. Well, I talk to the fan, really. It's got a face. Anyway. Oh, the module I built yesterday. Caster and Pollux. It sounds really good. I definitely have some work to do. Maybe a little reading to better understand it. But right out of the box, I was making good sounds. Consternation. I don't even know what that means, so gonna have to Google it before I try to draw that. Consternation. Guessing it's not something good because it starts with con. It's got the word stern in it. I don't know if that means anything. Constern. I wonder if constern is a word. I also gave Bartok's cables a good workout. I'm definitely gonna have to order some more because I ordered like really long ones and really short ones, and now I need some like in between ones. I think would be a good complement, but I gotta wait until probably next year. Save some more cash up. It's power supply and the rails and everything. Kind of pricey. Whew, this is a boring stream. It's just the same thing over and over again. I should have a cable building stream eventually too. Once I start making some more cables for this case. But I think after I get this case built, probably the next exciting thing I'll work on is another power supply for a Cosmo case that I've already got built, sort of next to me. But I need to do a little more learning for that. Because once I get that other Cosmo case, I can break out all those modules that I've got shelved right now, including the music box module that I made. Because I think what I can do with the music box module, similar to the Morphogene, is run it through the data bender. And the data bender has a sort of, I don't know if sample or hold is the right way. Essentially record a little bit of a loop and freeze that loop, so it'll keep playing that loop over and over again, which when you've got the pretty sounds of a music box is quite nice. So I'm gonna try that. Almost there. A couple more. Alright, hopefully last one. Now let's check my work. First thing I'm doing is checking for shorts. And then I'm looking for adequate coverage in that order. So far so good, other than some little bit of burnt flux on the board. I think we're in business. Alright, next thing. Whew. Gosh, if I soldered those in all backwards I'm gonna be upset, but I think it's good. Probably not these yet. I think the next thing, because this will stand straight up, probably like this, I don't know, is the LEDs, right? Oh, and here's something funky about this board that I could use opinions on. There's the CV, the gate and CV rail, and there's actually a set of pins here that if I put jumpers across like this, it means that entire rail is connected across all of those. But if I take them off, I can disconnect just these latter, this section from this section, which I don't know. You know what? I'll just leave them disconnected because I have yet to have a module that actually used those rails. So very nice stream to water plants too. All right, let's do some LEDs. Oh wow, you did the plus and minus with actual labels. Cool. Minus is the short leg. See, stick a battery, and there's the plus towards me. Long leg, not touching that. Instant light up. So yeah, there you go. Plus, minus. And I like red because when there's gaps in my system, there's like glowing red light between the modules. Blue's cool too, but I like red because all my other ones are red. And then these, just going to solder one leg and then straighten them out. Well, let's turn the fan on. Nice and straight. No. Let's fix that. There we go. Now they're perfectly straight. Professional. a lot of stabbies off on stream lately, so let's keep going with those. Legs. And while there are no instructions for this, I think the labels on here are pretty clear so far. The exception will be this friend here, but between looking at pictures and there's like an illustration that I think is indicating direction, but I'm going to double check that. What is this? 7805? Yeah, 7805. Oop, I think it's going to go like that, but that's the last thing in there. I think it's taller than, yeah. So the next tallest thing is these. Why are there, I don't really know, but it looks like there's sockets there. Oh yeah, because there's a thing. Those are sockets for a thing. One of these baggies has a special theme bobber. So on two of these boards, I won't do it on this one because I'm already too far to want to do it. There's this little platform, and I believe somewhere in here. Oh, well, I don't see it. I believe that's for a power socket, like a DC socket. Probably in a couple of these bags. I don't know. Let's grab a few more and just sort of eyeball. See if there's anything that's. Oh yeah, this one has a couple. So when I get to that bag, I will install those. So for this one, I don't need it. So I think all these boards are identical. Let's just double check by looking through them. Yeah, so they all have the mounting spots for that little board, and that's just to connect the power supply to. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Face the holes out. And I think it'll be just as much work to try to keep it flat. So I'll just do that 2 at a time. Put a leg on, wait a second, flip it back over, get the last one. I'll square them up too. Yeah, I don't know why you have 2 sets of holes there, but okay, maybe 2 different ports. You're gonna go here. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I'll do what I know for sure, which is these, so square it up a little bit. Fun fact, metal conducts heat really well. Fun fact. Who am I talking to? Okay. Continuing on. So the rest of these pins. And don't worry, I'm not going to stream all 6 being built because that feels redundant. I just wanted to do one. So it's fun to hang out. Alright, those are in. Next things are the caps. I think that's the last bit of this particular board. Again, long leg is positive, short leg is negative, and on these there's usually a stripe, or even the stripe has labels. So, yeah. I think these are all the same. Let me double check. 100, yeah, 100. I don't know what that symbol's for. ultra farad. It's definitely not ultra, but that's what sticks in my head. Alright, nice big old caps, one leg. Make sure they're nice and flush. You know, it's been a fair amount of time since I've burned myself on a soldering iron. And I haven't yet today, so makes me a little worried. Alright. Now we have the last piece, but I'm just going to do a quick look to ensure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is correct. So the illustration is sort of trying to tell me direction, but that could be misconstrued. Knock on wood. Yeah, sure. Okay. These are definitely the largest bus boards I've worked on, both in number of connectors and physical size. Actually, no, that's not true. I think the last FCUK one I did is slightly heftier. Yeah, but this one's a full power supply and bus board. So I think if you look at the bus board itself, yep, this one's still got more connectors. Yeah, cool. So one down. It probably works. I don't know. Find out later, I guess. Yeah, this machine kills fascists. It's an excellent feature. I'm not sure how the bus board itself does it, but it's written on there twice. Once in a reflective. There you go. And then the other time is on the back here. So yeah. They also sent me this unionized Amazon sticker, which, yes. So, good job, Trogotronic. And I know people will complain about that, but they're not the kind of people I want to hang out with. And if they think that businesses are shouldn't get political, like that's not even a thing. All businesses are political, whether they mean to be or not. Alright. So might as well be intentional. Intentionally good for politics, I guess. Anyway, yeah, so the way this works, if I remember correctly, actually there's a diagram. I'll just get the diagram. Yeah, we'll start with a simple diagram here, where you got this sort of power connector-y thing that'll go on one of them. So I'll have to build that. It's really funky, but essentially it has like jacks going into some adapter or something. But power goes into this, then you go from this into that, and that to that. So it's big, like that. But because this is a larger system, it's like that times 2. So there's 2 of those things, right? And then off this side goes one, off this side goes the other. I'm not actually sure why this one, in this diagram they don't have this in the middle. That would make more sense. Like, see how this one's like sending out both directions, this one's not. I don't know. Anyway, cool beans. I've got a lot more soldering to do, I guess. So hopefully one of you plays some good music. Actually, never mind. It doesn't even have to be good. Any music will make me happy. Bend that up so it's nice and happy, and more importantly, there's more space in the case, and I'm not knocking it around when I'm trying to plug stuff in. Can't say if I like these connectors or not. I'm not super experienced. I've only used them a handful of times over my entire life. And yeah, for now I'm just going to keep that bus connected Heckseven gate, because why not? I don't think any modules even use them. There's just so many wasted pins on here. I'm not really sure why there's extra holes. Like, they're not really solder points because they don't have paths, but there's a lot of holes in here. I'm not sure what those are for. So we have to design the circuit board. There's also another socket over here for a power connector of some sort. Yeah. Cool beans. What's next? Better set this aside. 1 of 6. There we go. Oh yeah, I can show you that computer I built real quick. I don't think I showed this set of folks. I'm gonna turn off the light so you can actually see the screen though. There we go. It's currently charging, but let's turn it on. There we go. Should power up in a second. Come on, Fred. There we go. Computer. Hand for scale. That's not a good scale. What's something that everybody has? 9-volt battery for scale. Yeah, this thing's pretty rad. It was just like a kit, sort of like building a model airplane where you like break things off. You had to build the knobs, which sounds weird, but like the knob, each knob here came in 2 pieces that you sort of snap together. I just got the batteries for this. Let's see where the battery's at. Sticky keys are enabled. Okay, hopefully that's not a problem. 38% charged, so theoretically if I unplug this now, because it didn't have batteries in it before, it should stay on. Yeah, we're free. This is the whole computer. It's not attached to nothing. It's like a laptop, except it doesn't fold, and it's way harder to use. This rules. Oh yeah, also, I don't know about your laptop, but mine has a clear back, like the old Game Boy Advances and stuff like that, Game Boy Colors, like those, where you can kind of see the components through it. Like there's a ribbon cable. Here's the printer section. Oh yeah, it has a printer, a thermal printer. So I popped that open. The printer's in there, but I don't have any paper yet. But when I do have paper, I will load it into this little cool little contraption here. Paper, boom. Load that into the slot, and then I can print stuff. Yeah. So expect some lo-fi printing artwork at some point. What are the cool features? Nice little gamepad buttons. Right, I did just reprogram those. Let's see if that worked. Terminal, sure, yeah. And the quickest way for me to do that is like hit up. Oh, now I can use it as arrow buttons like this. Cool, great. What would I print with it? I can print all sorts of cool things. So to-do lists. I start with to-do lists as the top of my cool things. No, I'll probably print artwork first because it's a lo-fi printer. Like, you ever seen a receipt printer? They're not good at printing. and so I'll probably print like some EMS stuff. But I want to experiment with different paper types. Like I would love some that have the sticky back, like a sticky note. So you peel off the back and can stick it to things. So that's, we'll see, is the short answer. And let's charge it. See if it starts charging again. Yes, it's a computer. Look at this thing. It has stereo speakers, which, let me figure out where I put those again. Luckily, it's got a transparent back. Except for I think the speakers, if I remember right, are like here and here. Like they're both on the same, or they're both on the same side. Somewhere under here. No, they're somewhere else. Do not remember where I put the speakers, but that's okay. I don't know. There's the antenna right there for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Actually, I think it's not clear to me if the antenna does both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. I think it's probably just Wi-Fi. But yeah. Anyway, that's the dev term. It's rad. It's surprisingly. I am surprising. Usable. Like it's pretty good, even though the key is like very small. Like I can't like keep my fingers on the home row because it's that small. Maybe if I switch to like 3-finger typing, maybe that would do the trick. I don't know. But yeah, let's do echo space. Boom. See, it's saying it's surprisingly usable. There's plus and minus. Can I zoom in? Control Shift. There we go. Yeah, let's zoom in. There we go. Dev term, everybody. Anyway, I'm gonna go keep soldering. I would love somebody to stream those so that it's less boring for me, so I can listen to some music. Otherwise, I'll be attempting to like country music still. So if you've got good country music recommendations, and not like top 20 country music artists, like none of that stuff. I want like good country. I'm trying to just expand my mind a little bit. Because I think country music, even though it has very specific sound, there's a lot of instruments that I'm fond of that are used in country music that aren't used in other genres, like slide guitar and violin and stuff like that, fiddles. Anyway, thank you for watching. Do I like old country? I like some old country. It's hard to know because I've never been that exposed to country, like beyond like Achy Breaky Heart and like that type of country music that I'm obviously less than thrilled about. Like Garth Brooks, which is probably my greatest flaw. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for more Garth Brooks at all. You know what? I had an empty bag over here somewhere. Where are you? Do you want that bag? Here we go. Because there's still a bunch of parts that came in that first bag, like these wires, that won't be used until I actually do the install of these bus boards. So the spacers, the wires, and the screws. I think I'm going to have to do probably, even though I'm happy it came with the mounting screws, the plywood I'm using for the back of my case is too thin with these spacers, so I'll either need different spacers or to jerry-rig it with something. So anyway, that's that. Here's the next pile, and I purposefully picked this bag so that We can use this thing with the bobber dealio thing. Not entirely sure about this piece, but okay. Okay, post in the music chat. Great. All right. Talk to you later.